Right then, lads, welcome back to Cossy's Arsenal podcast. My name is Cossy. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in all parts of the world. Cossy is back with another Arsenal transfer update. And in this one, we do have a special list of names. Aurelien, Tchouameni by Dimarzio, and Skamaka by Dimarzio as well. But then we've also been linked with Alexander Zinchenko as a backup to Kieran Tierney. He could be available in the summer. We're going to look at that. Arsenal will not be signing Renato Sanchez. It looks like AC Milan will be getting the duo from Leo. That is Renato Sanchez and Steven Botman. And what is the latest around Gabriel Magalhaes to Juventus and Barcelona, as reported by Gianluca Di Marzio? Hit the like button for me. The like target in this video is definitely 250 likes. Yesterday we absolutely smashed that like button, so make sure you hit the like button for me. Subscribe to the channel very close. Like you can see there, we're at 37.4. We need to get to 100,000 subscribers by this year, so make sure you lads do hit the subscribe button as well. Now the quiz for today: in 1999, Arsenal decided that they will sign Thierry Henry for Arsene Wenger. That was for a reported fee of around 11 million pounds. The key question: from which team did we sign did we sign Thierry Henry then? In 1999. Option A, you have Monaco. Option B, you have PSG. Option C, you have Juventus. And option D, you have Borussia Dortmund, where Arsenal actually signed very, very many players from, including Jens Lehmann. So I'm not really giving you a clue at the beginning of the video. I'll give you a clue at the end. But you have four options. A, Monaco, where Arsene Wenger had been as manager with Thierry Henry. B, you have PSG, Paris Saint-Germain. C, you have Juve from Italy. And D, you have Borussia Dortmund from Germany. Let me know, in which club did Thierry Henry come from to join Arsenal in 1999? But for now, enjoy the video. Let's get to the content. Let's start off with Gianluca Di Marzio's reports. They are really, really trending today, and he's leading the line of fire in terms of producing content for Arsenal today. And he started off with Gabriel Magalhaes. Now, of course, Gianluca is one of those really strong journalists in Italy. He really reports much about Italian transfers, what exactly is happening in the Italian market, and what Italian clubs do want to do in the summer. He has given us a couple of stories in the past, including that of reliable updates around Manuel Locatelli, despite the fact that we didn't sign him, and also Lautaro Martinez. Now, according to Gianluca Di Marzio, Juve are interested in signing Arsenal centre-back Gabriel Magalhaes. They are considering the fact that the player is very, very, is having a very interesting season, and they would love to take him at Arsenal. Now, according to the Arsenal, staff, this is what they've written, quoting Di Marzio: Juventus are seriously thinking about signing Gabriel Magalhaes and will try to enter into negotiations. Also focusing on the fact that Arsenal, like several, several Juventus players. The negotiations will not be easy, as Arsenal count on the player so much, as per Gianluca Di Marzio. Now, look, there is no reason for us here on the podcast to discuss the story, because it's coming from Gianluca Di Marzio. He's one of the best journalists you can ever trust in the transfer market. If you ask me, people, I think this is really, really, bullshit to me. Honestly, I love Gianluca Di Marzio, and I think Juve, based on the fact that they've already come out and said they'll be selling one of the best centre backs in the world right now in the league. Anything could happen. They'll be looking to strongly replace him. A couple of clubs are looking at the lead, including Chelsea, who will be losing two of their main centre backs in Rudiger and Christensen to the Spanish La Liga in the summer. So it looks like they want someone strong. They want someone who is in that age bracket, can develop better. And of course, they also have a very, very aging back line. When you think about Cellini and Bonucci, they cannot play any more football. Really, they cannot play any more football. But of course, they've been very, very entertaining and very, very good players. Over the weekend, Juve did win 2-1, courtesy of a brace from Bonucci. So that shows you the importance of a backline. And I think Gabriel has got the qualities to play in the Italian Serie A. But boy, oh boy, he is really exciting. We cannot let him go. Of course, we were lucky to get him on a bargain for only £27 million. We really cannot let him go. They can't come in. We can give him the Rob Holding. He had a very, very good game. What about Rob Holding? Maybe you can't think about that. But for me, lads, your boy, Gabriel Magalhaes, I would not even think about selling him. Of course, 2 years down on his contract. Arsenal should be thinking of giving him a new contract, just like it was reported by Fabrizio Romano. But in the comments box, let me know. Do you think Gabriel Magalhaes should leave Arsenal and probably create some space for William Saliba, or would you have the three of them in that Arsenal squad just to make us a little bit stronger and better, just like, of course, the manager Mikel Arteta said before the game against West Ham? So that's the story from Gianluca Di Marzio. Juve are looking at Gabriel Magalhaes. However, it can also be confirmed with reports that are not very reliable, though, that he's also wanted at FC Barcelona. Barcelona do want to bring in a couple of players. They're trying to sign Rudiger, but that deal didn't actually materialize. I think it was the money Rudiger was asking for a lot in terms of wages and sign-on fees. And Barca are not yet in that financial situation where you think they'll be giving a player everything he wants. So Barca also interested in Gabriel Magalhaes, considering the fact that Gerard Piqué is aging and he can't catch up with the pace of these young players and the young forwards in world football. He just needs to retire, honestly, as well. So they need a replacement. Both clubs are looking at Gabriel Magalhaes, but the latest I have seen is that the player is happy at Arsenal and is not considering his future. That is absolutely wonderful. Gianluca Di Marzio still talking about Arsenal. He has linked us with a striker, a name that I thought at any point in time it was coming, and that is none other than Scamacca. Now, Arsenal did talk about Scamacca in January. I think I did touch that name when I was saying that Juve are much interested in signing in Scamacca, and they would actually love to to sign him ahead of Dusan Vlahovic. Arsenal are now linked with the player, Italian. Very, very good season he's had. 13 goals already in the Italian Serie A. That he is ranking 7th in the Italian Serie A. Well, for most number of goals scored in the league this season. So according to Team Talk, this is what they've said. Transfer guru Fabrizio Romano reports that Arsenal target Gianluca Scamacca will leave Sassuolo in the summer, but mentions there is also further interest from other clubs. Right, so that's it. I mean, he's just extended his contract. This is one of the things I really do not understand. That Italian football, the Italian market, you need to be able to understand it like Romano does. So according to Fabrizio Romano, Scamacca's just extended his contract with Sassuolo, but that was only to facilitate him to facilitate Sassuolo to get better money and to strike a better deal in the summer. So he's gonna be leaving despite the fact that he's just extended his contract. He's been out on loan on a couple of occasions. He was on Genoa last season. This season played in the Italian Serie A for Sassuolo, and they've really benefited from trusting him. One thing I'm gonna say about Sassuolo is Sassuolo is a very open club in terms of selling. I think if Juve are not interested in Scamacca, then we can probably go and do a deal with them. But the moment there is an Italian club interested in the player, I do not see Arsenal win that race. According to Team Talk, the player is 6 feet and 5 inches tall. That gives him that kind of aerial prowess and also the ability to battle strong defenders in the Premier League like Lewis Dunk, Dan Burn, Virgil van Dijk, and a couple of others. So in my opinion, people, I think Scamacca would be a good signing for us, but I think we can do better than that, because that story is provided by Gianluca Di Marzio. And of course, still talking about Gianluca Di Marzio and the update around Arsenal, he has come out and said Arsenal are interested in Aurelien Tchouameni. Now that name is really hard, really hard, but it's one of the players that are really on fire at the moment. Dimarzio on to Tchouameni. This is what he said according to the Daily AFC. A lot of clubs in the Premier League are following him. Arsenal and Manchester United, to name two. He would like to play in the Premier League. He has stayed at Monaco for another year to await a chance to play in the Premier League. Now, this one, lads, is a top talent. When we talk about UCL quality, I'm never gonna say Champions League again, because it really I really struggle with the word. So if we talk about UCL quality, if we talk about quality for the next level, if we talk about challenging City, Liverpool, Chelsea in terms of quality, that is your man. Now, if there is a midfielder that I think has been a bowler in the French League One, look, I've not really watched the French League One this season. My focus has been on the Premier League and the Italian Serie A. Surprisingly, somehow, of course, Juve, Inter, AC Milan are leading the race to win the title. That is why I'm following the Italian Serie A closely. But also, I think it's been more interesting, and their goals now, right, in the Italian Serie A. So that's why I really followed them. But the reason here with Aurelien Tchouameni, there's no player in that French League that has been better than him in that CDM position. He plays predominantly as a CDM player, but he can play as a 6 and as an 8, and that's what Mikel Arteta is looking for. Can you cut across that position as a 6 and also as an 8? He's got that tackles, interceptions. That lad, if you look at his performances against PSG this season, he absolutely bullied the likes of Verratti and the others. I'm gonna say, if Arsenal can't go in for for such talent, it really will show how much we have evolved. Not only from that point where everyone thinks, wow, Arsenal is building something, but then to a point where what we are building has started growing into something very dangerous. Aurelien Tchouameni is wanted by Real Madrid, is wanted by Manchester United, and was wanted by Chelsea in the summer. Reports of a total agreement between him and Real Madrid have already surfaced, but the agent of the player recently came out and said there is no agreement between my player and Real Madrid. And of course, Chelsea, United, all of them are interested. They have not made any bids. It's gonna be a bidding war, in my opinion, because if you look at Liverpool, they would want someone like that. Probably not this summer, probably this summer. It will depend. Then United will want someone like that under Erik ten Hag. Chelsea, I'm not really sure. They have N'Golo Kanté, Jorginho, and Kovacic. Would they want to add Aurelien Tchouameni this summer? It will depend on the departures, probably, and then Madrid as well. So it's gonna be a bidding war. Can Arsenal win it? We wait for the summer. Renato Sanchez, speaking about the French League and central midfielders, Renato Sanchez will be playing for AC Milan. He will not be joining Arsenal. And of course, all the links, all the transfer stories around Renato Sanchez to Arsenal have just ended. There is a total agreement and a total confirmation that he will be joining AC Milan come this summer. Obviously, it's going to be replacing that man, Franck Kessié, who will be going to Barcelona on a free. Lastly, in today's news, now this is a story that I do not have a source about. I literally don't have a source, but look at it. It's from the AFC on Twitter. Now, AFC on Twitter are not a source. They literally, I don't know where they got the story, but apparently Mikel Arteta is interested in Alexander Zinchenko. Beautiful player, people. Beautiful. Let's talk about Zinchenko for a moment before I tell you what exactly has been written. In the comments below, let's debate this. Is Zinchenko, as a player, better than Tierney? And I'm gonna tell you this, people. In my opinion, he is. I mean, sorry for that. Sorry for the disappointment, right? So, according to the report, Arsenal are monitoring the situation of Alexander Zinchenko, Ukrainian, who could be available in the summer. Arteta believes Zinchenko is the best alternative to compete with Tierney and Nuno Tavares, while Nuno Tavares has been really awful in the past couple of weeks after Tierney was sidelined with a knee injury. So, Zinchenko wanted. I mean, we are always going to see this I think City Arsenal swap of players. at some point in time, I think City could come in for a player like Saka, and then at some point in time, Arsenal will go in for Gabriel Jesus, Zinchenko, probably Kyle Walker. It's always gonna be like that. I think it only shows that Mikel Arteta is trying to implement what Pep has done, and he also tries to show that Pep really appreciates what Arsenal are doing under Mikel Arteta. So your opinions in the comment box below. Do you think Zinchenko is better than Kieran Tierney, and would you take him at Arsenal? My opinion, I would take him 100%. Yeah, I would. And also, he is better than Kieran Tierney, especially in terms of affecting the final third of the pitch. And that is what we want to do. We are playing an elbow defense with defensive system. Our right back sits deep. Our left back moves up high the pitch. So you need someone who is lethal. You need someone who is really, really better than Kieran Tierney. I think it's better. Let me know in the comments below. I'm not going to go with statistics on that opinion. Obviously, the question for the quiz is, we signed Thierry Henry in 1999. 11 million pounds is what was reported. From which club did we sign the man? A, I gave you Monaco. B, I gave you PSG. C, I gave you Juventus. And D, I gave you Borussia Dortmund. Now, should I give you a clue about this? People, I'm not going to give you a clue about this. Okay, let me give you a confusing fact instead of a clue. He worked under Arsene Wenger before moving to Arsenal to rejoin the manager. That is the clue. Whether it is a clue, whether it's a confusing fact, I don't know. Leave me alone. I sign out. Love you so much. Happy Eid to all of you. And I promise Cossy will be back and we'll be speaking to you very, very soon. Speak to you in a bit.